Hey John, this is Coach Epstein from University of Richmond Baseball here with your video analysis from camp last week, and definitely excited to break this down with you. Certainly enjoyed watching you throw. Really good presence about yourself. Really good stuff, obviously, and can't argue with the results. 7 punch-outs, 10 hitters. That'll get it done every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So that was really awesome. Super athletic, so it's definitely fun to watch you, and not a ton that we're going to talk about, but there are a couple things that I think you can enhance your game with while staying clean. And I got Bieber up top there. Obviously, he's really good, and I think you compare favorably to him, so obviously that's really exciting, and want to show you some things that you guys both do well similarly, and some things that I think you can really get to. So without further ado, we're going to dive in here, and I'm going to scroll past your first pitch because you knocked your foot on the turf, strange mound. You're saying you're okay, so that's a good thing. Now let's really dive into it. So first, I love how you gain ground with your body as your leg is coming up. You're gathering a lot of energy and using the gravity and momentum towards the plate. Dial in, which is good. Keep your back shin vertical long enough. Spread your knees apart. Really nice stride length. You do come close to the ground here again, which I don't know if it's going to be worrisome later on, but good enough for now. Strong delivery. Arm unravels. Very, very shortstop-ish on the mound for sure. It's a lot of fun. And get the ball and throw it, get the ball, throw it, get the ball, throw it is something I'm constantly repeating to my guys, and clearly you did just that. Repeat that delivery, super athletic, good hip-shoulder separation, all as well. And that time you got a little bit of rotation around your front side, which I love, and we'll talk more about that here in a little bit. And we'll go through one more. Same deal, nice glove tap with ball. Here we go. Awesome. Awesome stuff. So, yeah, really, really love that. Let's break it down a little bit more and nitpick a little bit. But I think that's why you came here, right? You came to get better at baseball, and that's what we're all about. So, first and foremost, like I said, this is picture perfect. And when you ultimately land here, firm foot strike, right? You just want to make sure that your arm is up a little bit more. Take a little bit more pressure off of your elbow where you get that torque going, because this you're going to have to rush sometimes. If your arm's not up as you go, you can get away with it because of your athleticism, but it's not ideal sometimes, right? So if you look at the next one, oops, went a little too far. Let's see, firm foot strike, arm still a little low, right? We want to make sure that we're up. So some simple things on how to work on that. Honestly, you could either break your hands a little sooner, right? And a lot of times guys with the glove tap, if you look, you see how far you start with the ball, right? Realistically, if you just start with the ball a little bit closer, or don't pull it out as far as I should say, that'll get you going a little bit quicker. So your arm will get up a little bit sooner. Or you could temper and slow down that lower half just a little bit, because you love the gaining ground part of it as you go. Whatever you got to do to delay your foot from hitting the ground, or get your arm out sooner. So quick little Band-Aids there. I'll show you Bieber here in a second after we talk through just a couple of more, if you bear with me. So firstly, right, all really good. Want to make sure that if you look at your front knee right here, I want to make sure that's not drifting past that line and you don't do much of it, but you see it moving a little bit there. I want to be really stable on that. Show you one more. And just let's see what happens with that front leg. Lock out decently, and there it's good. So it's just something to be aware of. But that leads me to the next point. One of the reasons why guys will drift that way and won't be super strong on the front side is lack of hip mobility and range of motion in your hips. And there's some other things. Obviously, mechanical patterning is one, strength in your hamstrings is two, but I think you can afford some more range of motion in your hips, and I'll show you what I mean and why. When you get to this point here, it's like your front hip stops pulling back, and you cut your follow through with your lower half off right here. On the second pitch, I guess it's the third pitch of this session, you glide forward and then you're able to come around a little bit, right? If you can see that, but your hips, you can see your front hips not pulling back very far. And in order to wrap around, your front knee buckles in. And you look at the last one, we'll get there. Same deal. Don't pull back very far, and not a ton of follow through. It's kind of in the middle there, right? Now, if we look at Bieber, and this is the best video that I could find here. It's slow motion, so let's see what we got. Move it that way. Okay, so you guys, very similar in my opinion. Right, you guys look very similar here. He's got a little bit more of a tilt, but he's also a much taller guy than you. But if you look, when his front foot strikes the ground, right, firm foot plant, here, you can just see the angle, your elbow versus his. He's cocked, right, versus you're down right here, right? So that's just something to think about. And then if you watch his hips, right, and you guys get to, he's got a little more, he's got this angle going on. You're a little bit taller, right? And this is another reason why I think you can afford some more hip mobility, right? Oops. There. Angle's just a little bit different. And you watch him come through, right? You could start seeing, if their base coach gets out of the way, you could start seeing his backside, his rear end a little bit sooner, right? And he's rotating about his front leg, right? Using that front leg as an axis. So I think you can certainly get there. You're super athletic, and I don't think it's going to be much of a stretch for you, but really work on your hamstring flexibility and then hip flexibility, mobility, whatever you want to call it as well. Get some more range of motion in your hips. And simply you can go on YouTube and type in hip mobility workout and just stretch for 10 minutes a day. Just commit to that. If you commit to 10 minutes a day, it's going to work wonders for you. And then you can certainly work on some more patterning with some PVC pipe and whatnot, in order to really dial into getting into your hips. I think that's going to make a world of difference, because I think you don't put much intensity into your arm and you throw pretty hard already, and your stuff is pretty good already. So if you can do that, you can add a little bit more intent about you, except the force, it's going to be pretty special. So hopefully you understand what I'm saying. If not, definitely reach out, email, get in touch, and we can break it down further. Definitely excited about your future, and super anxious to keep up with you. I think some of the PVC pipe drills that Argo was showing you during the preview night session will be really good. Again, if you have any more questions, definitely reach out. We'll definitely be in touch with you when the time comes, September 1st. And yeah, wish you the best of luck the rest of this summer and this fall and all that good stuff. Excited to see your progress, and go Spiders.